Hello and welcome to Abby's Coaching House, your home of transformation. Coach Blessed Abby here, ready to work with you through your personal transformation goals. Today we talk about anger. How do you manage your anger? You see, this morning, as I was working out, I normally like to work out in the morning. And so as I was working out, I just got this thought: how do people manage anger? And I thought of how expensive anger can be. Because sometimes people take anger out of proportion. Anger is an emotion just like any other. It's actually an important emotion because anger lets you know when your boundaries have been violated. When you're angry, it means somebody has done something that violates your boundaries, violates what is acceptable to you. And so when you feel angry, it's not an emotion that you should ignore. It's an emotion that you should actually pay attention to. The Holy Book, the Bible, tells us, be angry, but do not sin. You see, this book did not tell us never be angry. So somebody should not really tell you you should not be angry. Being angry is sin. What you do when you're angry or what you do with the anger is what really matters. So how do you manage anger? Because all of us get moments when we are angry. So as I was thinking about this, just like to confirm that I really needed to talk about this, a friend called me and she told me, you know what, Abby, I'm really wondering how people can be helped with these anger issues, because she goes to offer counseling services to a nearby prison, and she told me most of the people who are there serving jail terms are people who are there because they were angry and they could not control their anger. So they either killed somebody, they hit somebody, some are having life sentences just because of this emotion anger. And so I thought, now that I thought about it in the morning and she has called me, I think it's important that we talk about anger. So let me ask you, how do you manage your anger? Because as said, we all get angry. And one important thing I have learned is to acknowledge when I'm angry. That when I'm angry, I acknowledge that I'm really angry and address it. I don't ignore my anger. I don't sweep it under the carpet and try to forget about it. And so there are several things that you can do to overcome anger. One of the things that I do is take a walk when I'm feeling angry, because I don't want to make decisions when I'm angry. I don't want to make life-changing decisions when I am angry. So what I do is I take a walk. When I come back, somehow, I've experienced the fresh air. I will come back with a fresh mind. I will have thought about it with every step I make in the walk. I will have thought about it. I will have processed it. So it's important to take some time out and just go for a walk in nature. Nature has a way of calming you down, regulating your emotions, and putting you back into balance. A physical activity has a way of doing this. Exercising regularly. When we wake up and exercise, there are hormones that are released in our bodies, happy hormones, that help us to deal with the anger. You see, when young children, babies, when they are crying, why do we take them and rock them and sway them from side to side? It's because doing something physical has a way of regulating us. And even to us as grown-ups, or even to the same children, physical activity is so important in regulating our emotions. So we have mentioned that take time out, take a walk, do physical exercises. Number 3, acknowledge that there are things that trigger you. Acknowledge your triggers. Look out for your triggers. What triggers you to be angry? Is it people? Certain actions when they are done? When you see them, what do? For me, I would either confront these people in a friendly way, either at that moment if I'm able to do it in a sober way or later on. But then it's good to speak out and say, I really don't like this. I think saying no to something you don't like is a powerful way of avoiding this. But then if you can't say no at that point, then walk away from it and come back later when you feel sober, when you feel like you're ready to handle this. Journaling is another way of dealing with anger. When you take a piece of paper or your journal book and just write down the things that you feel, you're emptying yourself of so much baggage. Sometimes the mind cannot take too much. So when you empty it on paper, it helps you to just deal with these anger issues and to overcome them. One other thing I like to do is talk to my emotions. Like I assume anger is in the room. So I sit down and have a conversation with my anger. I ask anger, so let me ask, what are you saying? Remember you said anger communicates something to you. It communicates that your boundaries have been violated. So I ask the anger literally, what are you saying to me? And I reason through it. I am angry because of this and this and this, and I write it down. And I ask myself, do I have control over this or not? I read the book titled 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and it put these things in 2 categories. There are things that are within my concern, the circle of concern. Those are things that I'm concerned about, but I really can't do much about them. So if it falls within the circle of concern, then I let go. But if it falls within my circle of influence, the circle where I am concerned about it and there's something I can do about it, then I go ahead and do what I can do. Can I talk to the person? Can I confront this issue? Then I go ahead and do it. But I found it very important to have a conversation with my anger or any other emotion that I face, so that I don't let it control me, but I take control over it. And in my past video, I talked of forgiveness. It's also important to practice forgiveness, because when we forgive, then we will not find ourselves in trouble. Sometimes these people in prison maybe would tell you that this was stored anger over a long period of time. It's not something that they just woke up to. They processed the anger again and again, day after day. They were processing the anger until it was too much. Their system could not take it anymore, and they just took that weapon, hit somebody. I've heard of parents who hurt their children because they stole some money, and the parents hit the child so bad that by the time they realized that what they did was actually fatal, the child is already gone. Somebody who hits their parent, somebody who hits a neighbor, why would you let it go to those extents? And if all these things are not working for you, it's important to seek professional help. People sometimes shy away from seeking professional help, but I find it to be the quickest way to deal with issues, because a professional will help you to categorize these things, see how you deal with them, see how you perceive them. I've said before, sometimes it's not the thing that is happening that is making us angry or hurting us, but how we perceive it. Because to someone else it could just be a small issue, but to you it's a big issue. Maybe because of how you've been brought up, how you've been programmed over time. So it's important to seek professional help if there need be, but do not let anger control you to the point where it takes you into prison, to a point that it steals your joy, to a point that it steals life away from you. So let's practice emotional intelligence. It's the highest level of intelligence we can have when we are able to control our emotions. And anger is one important emotion we really need to control. I just thought of sharing this short video on anger because I felt really if it can steal life away from someone, then it's worth talking about. So if you're struggling with anger and you need help, don't hesitate to contact us. We can help you. We can help you with tools on how to overcome this so that it doesn't land you into trouble. If it's your first time here and you like what you're doing, why not subscribe to this channel? Why not, click on that notification bell so that the next time we post a video, you're here first to see it. And if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up, comment, let us know on how you deal with the anger issues. How have you managed it? Are you struggling? Do you need help? Let's know from the comment section and share this with someone who could find this helpful. Until another time, bye and God bless you.